I grew up about 25 miles from here, south of here, in DeMont, Indiana. So Valpo was a big town. It was a huge metropolis compared to where I grew up. So the only experience I had prior to teaching here was coming up maybe for a pizza at Tony's Pizza or something, and that was about it. I was called by um, Bob Shear, who was the principal at BF at the time, and he said, "We're looking for a math teacher, and the guy that was leaving was your math teacher in high school, and he recommended that we call you." And so I got up here in 1960, in the fall of 1969, started teaching, and I came up and interviewed and so forth, and went back to campus. This was in probably April or May sometime. He called back again and said, "We also have a basketball coaching position open. Would you be interested in coaching some basketball?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'd like to do that." I was single at the time, and I thought that'd be great, and I could put a lot of time in coaching 7th and 8th grade at that time, and it was called the C and D teams,
Okay.
which were the guys who didn't make the A or the B teams.
Okay.
So you can imagine the talent pool that I had to draw from. And I came up and I coached a couple years of C and D, and had some great kids. They couldn't play basketball very well, but they were really neat kids. And we had a lot of fun, and we didn't win a whole lot of games, but we won some. Back in the day, Virgil, they didn't take school buses. Virgil would drive the kids in his Cadillac, and Dale would drive the kids in his car. And one night it was snowing. There was about 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. They were leaving to go to some far off place like Indianapolis Attucks they were going to play, or somebody. And so Dale said, or Virgil said to Dale, "Hey, we got to be really careful driving down to Indianapolis. We got snow coming down. Let's take it real easy. Give me plenty of room, behind me, so we don't slide into each other." And Dale says, "Okay." They were at BF, and they pulled out to the parking lot, and Dale was adjusting the radio or something. He ran right into Virgil's car. They made it about 17 feet before he smashed into him. So the next year, one of the coaches above me retired from coaching, so I moved up to the A and B teams, and spent, I think, 2 years there. And then the then-time head coach, Virgil Sweet, retired, and Dale Ciciora, who was the JV coach, moved up to his spot, and Fred Mitchell, who was the coach above me at BF, moved up to the JV at Valpo High School. So I moved up to the 9th grade team, which was at BF at the time. And so Dale did it a couple years and decided he would be better suited for girls basketball, and it was just starting up at that point. And so Dale moved to the girls varsity position, and Skip Collins got the job as his replacement, and Fred Mitchell got a job then at Chesterton High School as the head coach. And I thought, when I got to JV, Skip was only about 4 or 5 years older than I. And I thought, well, he'll be the head coach forever, and I'll be the JV coach with him. And when he retires, I'll just retire also from coaching. And Skip, for reasons that you'll have to ask him, retired from coaching then in 1989. And then I got the job as a varsity coach. He was Mr. Basketball his senior year. And of course Bishop was really good too. And then I had a kid named Dave Furlan, who was a year behind those guys. Those 3 guys, as soon as you get 3 guys on the floor who can all shoot and score, you become impossible to guard. If you've only got 1 guy, they can box in 1. If you only get 2 guys, they can triangle in 2 and really goof you up. But as soon as you put 3 out there, there is no way to cover them all. Or double team them all. There's not enough guys to double team 3 guys. So we were obviously very good. We won the first 28 games of the year and lost the state championship game. And I would have been content to be C&D team coach. for 28 years or whatever. But guys kept falling by the wayside in front of me, and I kept moving up. So I just think the town was just a neat place to live. I don't think I ever locked my desk in 38 years of teaching at Valpo. This is a great place to live and a great place to teach and a great place to coach, and I really never had any inclination to go anywhere else. From 1969, I've lived here ever since. I retired then in 2007 based on Robbie Hummel and Scott Martin more than anything else. When they left town, I left town, so to speak, and I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world to have done what I got to do. Oh, I still love the restaurants now and the golf course. Those are my two places that I hang now. I play a lot of golf, and my wife and I go out to lunch. We go out to dinner. The stove in our house is an ornament now. We don't use it, and so it's just a neat place. We're 15 miles from the lake shore. You can go up. We walk along the beach. There's all kinds of stuff to do. We're 60 miles from Wrigley Field. I go and watch the Cubs on occasion. My son lives in Chicago. We go in and eat dinner with him once in a while. And it's a good location. I'm hoping that I can stay in good health for a little while longer so I can keep playing golf and keep eating at the restaurants. But it's just a neat town. It's a good place.